What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 3 My LA Kings Franchise Mode series. I'd like to catch you guys up on what happened in the last episode. Definitely some cool stuff going on. Hope for some big things from this team. So, first off, Stanley Cup winner last year was actually the Winnipeg Jets. The year before that was the Calder Avalanche. We missed the playoffs both years. Last year, there was only by one win. So, definitely a team on the rise. A couple big free agent signings. Dougie Hamilton and Jordan Binnington. Team status there is now hopeful. Give you guys a quick look here at the line. So, we got Hall, Kopitar, Raymond on the first line. We got Ferk, Sorelli, and Turcotte on the second. Anderson, Dolan, Velarde, and Kemp A on the third line. That's how I used to say it. Someone said it was wrong. I changed it. Apparently, I was right from the beginning. It's Kemp A. I swear that's wrong. I don't even know what to do. Brown, Prokhorkin, and Ernie there on the fourth. Defense getting some really good chemistry. So we got Gustafson and Hamilton on the top pair. Subban and Taze on the second. Hinola and Bouchard on the bottom, both young as well, so hoping for some growth from them. We got Binnington starting, Georgiev currently backing him up, and in the AHL we actually have Askarov, so a very good AHL goaltender. A lot of people saying I should call him up, and I guess either trade Georgiev or maybe just keep him in the AHL to hopefully have the AHL team go on a run. We got Kupari and Thomas playing on that first line, hoping for some growth from them. Defensively, Clegg, I think, should be a big player for us. Also, Luke Hughes, only 59, but medium potential. For his age, not too bad stats there. So again, still looking for a ton of growth from this team. Now, from the last video, I noticed a bunch of comments saying I need to get a better coach. Unfortunately, I kind of have the best coach I can. Like, as you can see here, staff chemistry is 80%. My head coach, I believe, 68% team fit on his own. It is. So if I go and look at the available head coaches, I think the best is a 68. As well, even like an associate coach, I think the best associate coach was like a 67. So unfortunately, there's really just no other options right now. Like, he's just kind of the best we have. We kind of have to roll with him. Maybe change up some players to try and make it fit, or just hopefully, you know, find something that works. But again, like 80 staff chemistry, not really a lot we can do there. Now, also in the last draft, guys, we had a player named Matt Sundine from Sweden, 6'4" center, medium potential to get drafted, a pick before us. I was actually trying to trade for that pick, to get him. Unfortunately, couldn't make the trade happen in time. Minnesota drafted him, turned out to be an amazing player. I think he's like 81 medium elite at 18 years old. As you can see here on Minnesota, the top player on that team. So everyone was saying I gotta go try and get Sundine no matter what it costs pretty much. I said I was trying to make a trade with Hall just because he's a bit older, so Sundine would fit the core better. Couldn't get a trade to happen, but I'm determined. Let's try and find a way here to get Sundine on the team. Now, I remember last time I was offering them Hall, they said how they didn't want him as they wanted to save money to re-sign their players. So I'm going to take Victor Rask back, $4 million for 1 year. Hopefully that's enough to make them say yes. Also adding Korolev on our side. Pretty solid prospect, 19th, 6% overall, medium top 6. Values on our side, we'll see what they say to this one. Trades rejected. Swing the value just a touch. Okay, so maybe Hall, Korolev. I feel like honestly they're being easier to trade with right now than at the draft for some reason. Ottawa did really good last year, so their second's probably going to be a late second. Is that enough? Trade rejected. Okay. Save money to re-sign. So basically when that happens, we have to really overpay to get him. Alright, guys, so this might be stupid, but I'm offering them Taylor Hall and Vorobayev. I think we drafted him late, or a second round pick, but medium elite, definitely a steal. Now, Taylor Hall, obviously a very good player, but again, Sundine, I think, could turn into a better player. Hall's making a lot of money. Vorobayev, 1964. Sundine's a year younger and is an 81. So basically, we're saving cap, and I think we're going to get the best player long term. Also, one that kind of fits our core team better. Take Rask back there for the Hall salary. This might be a bit of an overpayment, but everyone's saying I got to go get Sundine. So this is my max offer. We'll see what they say. Trade's accepted. All right, there we go. Hopefully we don't regret that. So after that trade, guys, like, we can update look at the lines. As you can see there, team stats is actually rebuilder now after trading Taylor Hall, but honestly, very excited for the future. So first line here, we actually have Kopitar playing with a couple of rookies in Sundine and Raymond. So hopefully that line plays well. They're actually getting a +1. We got Ferk on the second line with Sorelli and Turcotte. I've actually called up Rossi. That's another thing you guys want me to do. Have him playing the NHL opposed to the OHL, especially since he somehow did worse his second year in the OHL, or his after draft year. 74 points. Draft year there had 105, but playing third line there with Velarde and Kempe, also getting a +1. Hopefully they do well. We're actually playing Rask on the fourth line with Prokhorkin and Anderson Dolan, so that means that Dustin Brown's scratched. Honestly, I'll probably give him scratched till the deadline, retain 50% salary, and hopefully we can actually make a trade happen. It only has 1 year left. Even if we just get like a 5th round pick or something, obviously something is better than nothing. Defensively there, no changes. Still getting very good chemistry there. Goaltenders, though, I actually called up Askarov like you guys wanted. He'll be backing up Binnington. Pretty close in rating there, so I feel like, you know, he should get a decent amount of starts. Right here's a look at the special teams. So, again, I'm trying to get Sundine a lot of play time, as well as Raymond, too. I feel like we have 2 good shots to Calder there. PK getting a good amount of chemistry. 3-man, you're usually not going to get more than 0. AHL team here, so we've got Ernie playing with Kupari and Thomas on the top line. I think it's honestly a very solid first line. Good amount of depth too. Defense there, no changes. Now, Georgiev started in AHL, so I feel like the AHL team should do good again. Forgot to mention, too, our AHL team actually won the regular season last year, then lost in the Calder Cup final to the Marlies, so they can do good again. I feel like they have a very good shot there with an 83 goalie in net. I'll show you guys the offense, defense, goaltending ratings here. And actually, before I do that, I wanted to show you guys the new captaincy. So I think Brown became an alternate after we traded Hall, but he's scratched, so it doesn't make too much sense. Would like to give it to, say, Turcotte or somebody, but he's only got 1 year played, so I think we'll give it to Hamilton for now. Also, too, I noticed that Matt Sundine's wearing number 5. I feel like we got to change that. Literally just a reincarnation of Matt Sundine, so we're going to have him wear 13. Also, too, I think we got to change Turcotte's number here. He's wearing 2 for some reason. So we got Turcotte wearing 15 like he should be, and I noticed it was actually because for some reason Hanola was wearing 15, but he should be 14, so I switched that. I feel like all the numbers are good now. And like I was saying, I want to show you guys offense, defense, goaltending. We're still building. Again, the 2022 draft is so good. I wouldn't mind, having a chance at the lottery. Even if we're on a bottom 3 team, if we're a bottom 10 team, we have a decent chance to get a top 3 pick or at least a good spot to trade up. So 87 offense, 85 defense, 86 goaltending. I feel like we'll probably be competitive with that, but not playoff team, which kind of what we want. And speaking of the 2022 draft, guys, taking an early look at the draft class, you'll notice I did make a mistake. Unfortunately, I forgot to remove my created Brad Lambert after EA added him to the game, so there's actually 2 here. This one, that's a center, and I believe they have him as a playmaker. It's the one that EA made, where mine is a left wing sniper. I thought that made a bit more sense for him. Also, mine has high elite potential. I think theirs has medium elite, so I don't know. We'll just kind of consider mine or theirs like a created player that happens to have the same name, essentially. Savoy there is currently ranked 3. He'll probably pass Lambert, as he's a bit higher rated with the same potential. And then Wright's franchise, going to be their 1 overall pick. If we could somehow get him, that'd be insane, but honestly, any of the 3, I'd be happy with. We just got a trade over here, guys, from the Chicago Blackhawks. Want to give us Adam Larson a 4th and a 7th for 2 second-rounders. Honestly, though, I don't really want to take on the $5 million from Larson. We've got, like, what is it, $16 million in cap space there. Definitely rather save that for free agency, especially, too, when we trade away Brown, we'll have even more. He's not too bad, but again, we're trying to not do too good this year. You can see we're 6-13-5, so kind of do what we want to right now. Also, guys, looking at some of our prospects, and Foodie currently has 13 goals and 21 assists through 22 games in the OHL, so if he keeps that up, he should grow a ton this season. We just got a trade over here with Minnesota Wild. Brandon Saad for a 2nd and a 3rd. Again, though, we're not doing too great, so rather hold on to our picks. Currently 9-16-5 here beginning of December and last in the division. And so now, guys, we're 11-24-5 at the end of the year. Currently last in the division, still behind the Anaheim Ducks. Take a look and see. Alex Turcotte, actually, leading scorer, only has 29 points, though. So that's not too good of a sign. I was really hoping Kopitar and the rookies on that first line would have done a bit better, but I'm able to turn it around here. And a big trade just went down, guys. Buffalo gets Jacob Markstrom in a 3rd-round pick. Vancouver gets Colin Miller in a 2nd. I feel like that's a good trade for Buffalo, especially if they need a goalie. Another decent trade just went down. Anaheim gets Cody Ceci and Brian Coburn for Dan Heinen and Tim Schallers. So I feel like Anaheim just needed some D-depth, and they got it. And this is a pretty big one. Philly gets Kevin LeBanc from San Jose, along with Kara there for 2 second-round picks, and Kevin Hayes, who obviously is making a lot of money for an 81 overall at $7 million a year, so I feel like that's a pretty good return for Philly. And 2 longtime Vegas Golden Knights, Brady McNabb and Ryan Reeves, go to Toronto for 2 second-round picks. I feel like Vegas gets a pretty solid return. And the Flames just offered us Riley Smith in the 3rd for Mikey Anderson in a 2nd and a 3rd, but I mean, we're not going to be in the playoffs, but definitely no reason to take on a rental. And so we're now at the trade deadline here, guys, with a 19-38-6 record. I think we're still last in the division. Again, we're hoping we can get Shane Wright, Matthew Savoy, Brad Lambert. And yeah, we are last. We're actually 12 points back there of the Ducks. Kopitar's now leading scorer, 44 points, 63 games, which isn't too bad. So obviously want to try and trade Dustin Brown, retain 50%, hopefully get something for him. Also, I kind of feel bad. We're probably one of the worst teams in the NHL. Looks like we're actually 1 below the Islanders. Yeah, we are the worst team. So right now, guys, we're trying to trade Dustin Brown to the Boston Bruins for the Islanders' 3rd-round pick. We know the Islanders are really bad like us. That's actually almost an early 2nd. I think the value's a bit higher on the 3rd. Yeah, trade's rejected. So maybe we can get the Bruins 3rd instead. Looks to be a bit lower. I feel like this would be a pretty fair trade, honestly. Never mind, they still declined the 3rd. Let's try the 4th here. Boston sees a champion team, retaining 50% on Brown. Basically trying to do him a favor. And there we go. Okay, so 4th-round pick's not bad. And next year, guys, I'm trying to find a trade for PK Subban. 1 year left at $9.5 million. Obviously, want to try and flip him. We already got Rossi, Raymond, whoever, as part of that Doughty trade with him. If we can get even more here, that'd be awesome. When looking at St. Louis, though, I noticed Jamie Drysdale somehow grew like crazy. already 87 overall at 19 years old. Like, that's insane. We could have taken him too, so I feel like probably should have taken him over Rossi. Had him and Raymond. I guess it was just last year in junior after he got drafted, almost a point per game as a D-man. Must have boosted him up a ton. Maybe even gained a lot this year. His 24 points, 63 games for a defenseman isn't too bad, but I don't think I've ever seen him grow that much. Like, pretty ridiculous. Also, too, I was looking at the Devils. Drew Doughty's actually back to a 91, so I dropped him to an 88. We traded him, and then he actually grew back to a 91. His full trade value. Still has that huge contract, though, so I mean, I don't know. As long as Rossi or Raymond or both turn out and we can get something here from Subban, still don't feel like it's too bad of a trade. Now, unfortunately, guys, I don't think I can actually make a trade with Subban here at the deadline. Even retaining 50%, taking back a player who's making like the exact same amount in Benson, 100K less, it says he'd be under the minimum salary cap. I think I needed to add a guy who's making like $8 million at full salary for it to actually go through in terms of the money. Now, a player making that much money is either way overpaid or they're really good. They're not like in between, which is the value of Subban. So trade's really not going to work, so I'm thinking we'll probably just sign him for 1 year and try and trade him at next year's deadline. Now, looking through the teams, I found some pretty interesting things. Draisaitl is higher rated than McDavid now. He's a 96. McDavid there, 95. I thought about trying to send Subban back to Montreal. Noticed that Gallagher got paid almost $10 million, so definitely interesting to see, what goes on in the franchise. And I just checked on the AHL team, which is doing insane. 81 points, currently leading the division by almost 20. And Kupari there has a point per game as well, so definitely a good sign of things to come. So at the end of the season now, guys, we have a record of 29, 43, and 10. I'm hoping it's good enough to give us a shot at Shane Wright. I mean, that would just be insane to add him to the team. Finished there with 68 points. Kopitar, 64 and 82. I actually noticed he's down to an 88, which still isn't too bad, but a little bit worrisome. He's got 2 years left on his contract. As long as he can stay like 85 or above for those, I'm not too upset with it. So 68, the Islanders 57. Okay, so we have the second best odds there at the number 1 pick, which I feel isn't too bad. I'll take a look how everyone else did. I noticed actually Turcotte grew a ton, so I feel like he had to have, kept up a pretty good year. Yeah, 58 points there in his second year is not too bad at all. Now an 86, so he's definitely growing. Hamilton 62. I think that should be good enough to grow as an 87 D-man. Raymond there, 51 points his rookie year. I think he's got a decent shot at Calder, 83 overall now. Scully 46, Ferk there 44. Sundine only 33. We gave up Taylor Hall, an elite prospect for him. I mean, he didn't grow at all. His stats are there, like 85 everything, hands, shooting, fast. He's just a good all-around player. 33 points, though. I'm not sure what the issue was with him. I don't know. I felt like the same as everyone. We had to get him. He looked so good. Maybe just had a rough rookie year. So Binnington, 22 and 30, .908. Askarov there at .886. Almost 4 goals against. So basically 1 goal against higher than Binnington. And usually the backup goalie is a bit better. So not really liking what Askarov's looking like right now. 85 overall, though. So he's only 1 below Binnington. Well, they might both drop, honestly, just because they had such bad years. AHL team here. So Kupari finished 65, actually over a point per game. He's probably making NHL next year. Thomas there, 56, isn't too bad. Lazat's probably going to be gone. Clegg we might call up. I'm not really sure what's going to happen there. How did Luke Hughes do? 24 points, 63 games. Now a 65, so already grew 6. Could probably be like a 70 by next year. Georgiev, insane stats. 39, 10, 2, .908, 2.2, at 2.22. Hasn't dropped either, so I don't know. We're definitely going to have to get rid of a goalie next summer. Who's it going to be? I'm leaning towards Askarov. Like, his stats are terrible. He's got a lot of value. Combine him with someone else could make a huge trade. So Patty Kane, Ovechkin, Crosby, all tied for our roster. Actually, there's 1 game left. I guess we'll find out when we look at the awards. McKinnon, 100. Kyle Connor, 99. Kuznetsov, Huberdeau, Larkin, Rantanen, who led in goals. And Patty Kane, 59. I think I forgot to do this last season. We'll check the defenseman here. Carlson, 79. So he's still playing really well in the Sharks. Carlson, even Keith there, 74 at his age. Quinn Hughes looks good. Hopefully, Luke Hughes can do as good as his brother for us. And we're going to check the standings now, guys. I actually just sent a couple days ahead, so everyone should have played full 82 games. Washington, Chicago, tied for President's Trophy. Or actually, no, Washington there has more wins, so it should be them. Vancouver as well. They all have 103, so damn, we have 3 ties for our Ross, 3 ties for Presidents. Let's see here. Detroit's back in the playoff picture. Good to see. Montreal gets snubbed. Number 14. Wow. Colorado. Wow. 85 points, ranked 22, and they're getting in the playoffs, so if we were trying to make the playoffs, we definitely could have this year. As already mentioned, second last there in the league. Really hope we can get lucky at that draft lottery. Also, too, I think goals for per game, we might be last in the NHL. We are. Goals against per game, are we last as well? No, we're not. Okay, Islanders way ahead of us. Wow, almost 4. I don't know what they're doing. So AHL here, I feel like we might have won the entire thing. Like, we were on fire there. And look at that, we did win. Didn't have the most points, but we had less games played. So our points percentage there is slightly higher there than the Binghamton Devils and the Bevel Senators. So back-to-back President's Trophy to the AHL team, not too bad. So let's start the AHL playoffs now, guys. We're going to sim a couple games here against the Bakersfield Condors. Win the first one 3-0, second one 3-0. So back-to-back shutouts there from Georgiev. And 4-2 win. Alright, so we're on fire to start. Next up here with the San Diego Gulls. I believe we played them last time in the second round. And wow, 3-2 loss. We answered back big, 8-4 win. We got the better than last time. Hopefully we can do it again. 3-2 OT win, 5-0 win. Just have to win one game here to move on. And we get it done there, game 5, 4-3 again in OT. On the third round here, we got the Texas Stars. 5-1 loss, 3-0 win. Lots of shutouts here from Georgiev. Honestly, I'm thinking he should be in the NHL. 2-1 win, 4-3 OT loss, so they're playing us close. Hopefully can win 2 of the next 3. 4-1 win. Alright, so we're going to game 7. We'll sim this thing period by period. Texas Stars, I mean, they probably have some decent prospects. So first period, Olsen gets one. Second period, Gardner scores. Nothing in the third. We're going to OT, of course we are. And there we go, of course. Akil Thomas, OT winner. He's been a hero in a Big World Junior game, and now he's a hero for us. And look at this, guys. We have a rematch in the Calder Cup final against the Toronto Marlies. Last time, I think they beat us in 5, and we just went up 2 games to nothing early. We won the third game as well. Okay, let's see if we can take it home here in a sweep. I feel like that'd be pretty good revenge for us. So first period, they actually get 2. We're down 4-1. I feel like, yeah, we're not getting the sweep, but have 3 games left. And game 5 here is actually at home, so maybe the team just wanted to win it in front of the home fans. 3-1 lead. Kupari, Burnfoot, Moverar. Second, they tie it up. Are you kidding me? Resume simulation here. Come on. Hopefully the boys can hold on. There we go. Trident Hunt makes it 4-3. I think that was on the power play as well. And there we go. Back gets another one. Right there you can see our stats. 2 higher offense, 4 lower defense, but 2 higher goaltending. I'm not sure who that is on the Marlies, but loving the stash. So we got 12 seconds left here, guys. Just saw the Marlies first line. Jimmy VC, Sam Gagne, David Carr. That's why they're such a good AHL team. Like, they got some decent players. We actually just scored an empty netter with Korolev. He was like the guy we drafted second round 2020. He was like the grind or whatever. And there we go. Ontario Reign, Calder Cup champions. I mean, we got an NHL goalie in net, tons of good prospects. And I love the fact, too, that we came back and beat the Marlies. Kind of reminds me of, like, the Penguins, Red Wings back in 08-09. And I guess in this scenario with the Penguins. So we got the handshake line going on. I just saw that they have Derek Englund on the Marlies as well. I think that might be Nathan Horton. I'm not sure. I didn't see the name, but looking at that face, I don't remember him retiring either, so that'd be kind of funny they re-signed him. Just join the Marlies. Right there, you got the captain of the team. I'm honestly not sure who the captain is of our AHL team. Looks like it might be Dryden Hunt, who we just signed, but that's okay. He's one of the high-rated players. And there we go. Calder Cup champs. Again, tons of good young players on that team. Going to be making the jump to the NHL. You got guys in juniors still, good young core. I feel like we can definitely build a dynasty, but after this, of course, we only have 7 seasons left. I feel like the last 5 years, though, we should be cup contenders every time. And there you have Georgiev, who I feel like has to be a huge reason why this team won. And then, of course, you have the classic pick. There's the pick of the team. I think there's actually a few guys missing. I kind of like 17. I feel good, too. Luke Hughes, already a Calder Cup champ. Maybe that's a sign of things to come. He's a winner. And the NHL playoffs just ended, guys. The Tampa Bay Lightning are finally Stanley Cup champions again. They did not blow this one. 4-0 sweep first round. Are you kidding me? Draft lottery is in. Worst place team, Islanders get first. St. Louis picks second. Of course, the year we trade for St. Louis's pick, it's like, what, 11 or whatever it is? And then the next year, now it's a top 3 pick. Rangers third. We're picking 4th. We literally just wanted to be a top 3. I feel like it wouldn't cost us too much to move up from 4 to 3, but definitely still kind of annoying. So I'll take a look at the playoff tree here, just see who Tampa Bay went through, take a look at the awards as well. So swept the Devils, speaking of sweeps. 6 games against the Senators, 5 against Philly, and then 5 there against the Vegas Golden Knights. I feel like the Vegas Golden Knights losing the Stanley Cup final a lot in these sims. So awards, already know all the team awards. Individual there, Crosby gets the Art Ross. So there was a 3-way tie, you must have edged it out at the end. Ovechkin there, though, got the Hart. James Norris goes to Carlson again, second time in 3 years. Kane there gets the Lady Bing. Perfetti got the Calder, another guy we could have drafted. I thought Raymond had a good shot, 50 points. We'll have to see how Perfetti did. Vasilevsky, Conn Smythe. Demko, though, with the Vezina. He also got the William Jennings. Hamilton, Bill Masterton, so that's awesome. We get an award. Not usually one you want because it means you're a bad team. Vegas coach Jack Adams. Giroux got the Selke there back-to-back years. Kind of surprised to see Giroux starting to get the Selke. Ovi, Ted Lindsay, and then Patty Kane, Maurice Richard. So AHL team awards here. We won the Calder Cup. We did not get the regular season point champion, though. There was a couple games left, and the Devils actually took that from us and the Eastern Conference, but we did win the Western Conference. That's all right, of course. We won our Division 2, and we won the Western Conference playoff. Individual awards here. Stutzla actually got most points. How did he... Honestly, makes no sense to me. I was looking at Ottawa. He's like 85 overall. So why is he in the AHL? MVP. Tyler Mott there had the most goals. Akil Thomas, though, outstanding rookie. I didn't even realize that was his rookie season. And Raymond got it the year before, so our team's gotten it back-to-back years. And then Clegg there got best defenseman, so tons of awards in AHL. Kincaid there, best goalie. Dryden Hunt, MVP of the playoffs. Stutzla, sportsmanship. Brook there, community involvement. Kincaid also had lowest goals against. So I don't know what Ottawa's doing. Like, I swear, I was looking through the teams. I noticed he was 85. I figured he was part of like them winning the President's Trophy the year before. And look at that. Cole Perfetti had 62 points in his rookie year, so 10 more than Raymond. And he's now an 87. I think Raymond was an 82 or 83 for us. Another guy, like I said, could have taken him. Well, Raymond's an 85 now, but still, Perfetti's 2 higher. And then Drysdale's an 87. So it looks like Perfetti and Drysdale would have been the 2 picks, opposed to Raymond and Rossi, but that's okay. Also, too, I actually couldn't see Stutzla's stats because he is too high rated to be in the AHL, so he's like in the NHL, but he didn't play games, so he's not showing up. Check contracts here to look. Stutzla's 87 overall, and they had this dude playing in the AHL. Yeah, 28 goals, 55 assists. I mean, I don't know what the thought process was there. And looking at retired players now, guys, Joe Thornton finally calls it quits at 42 years old. Great career for him. Same with Ryan Getzlaf, spent his whole time with the Anaheim Ducks. Henrik Zetterberg finally calls it quits as well as a free agent, so I guess it was actually a year after his Detroit contract ran up, which is kind of funny. Justin Williams there, Jason Pominville, Louis Erickson, Andrew Ladd, Dion Phaneuf as a free agent. Edler, actually kind of early, 36. You know, I thought he might have been a bit further. And Horton was on the Marlies. There you go. He's now retiring. Cogliano, Brower, Abdelkader. I feel like Detroit probably saved a couple years on his contract there. Corey Schneider calls it quits. That makes sense. Down to 74 overall, but only goalie. And we got a few new coaches there. Getzlaf, Williams, and Thornton. So maybe I'll hire one of them if the chemistry works again. I feel like our coach is the best we had. And check this out, guys. This worked out perfectly. The Rangers pick is on the block, so shouldn't be too hard to trade up from 4 to 3. Again, I think it'll be worth it, as Matthew Savoy should have high elite, unless I forgot to boost his potential, as EA gives him medium elite. And there's a chance I might have forgot, as I feel like he would have been ranked higher than Lambert, but we'll see. Hamilton's now at 89, so we did grow, which I was hoping he would. Raymond 85, Turcotte 87, Rossi 81, Sundine still 81, so yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Hughes up to a 68, Kopitar down to an 86, alright. I mean, still, I think this team, we got a lot to build around. So a 1 and a 4, I think a 4th rounder, that might even be too much to move up 1 spot. Let's try, like, let's do Vegas 4th next year. Never mind, I thought that was too much. 3rd round pick to move up 1 spot. Rangers still said no to that. Adrian Campe, 25-82. I feel like maybe it wasn't meant to be with him. So, okay, 45 skaters. So I got Komarov there for the roster spot. Basically giving them Campe to move up 1 spot. We'll see if that's enough. And there we go. Okay, so I think we had enough forward depth. We could afford to do that. Campe was getting older. So we'll see what happens here. Shane Wright should be the first pick going to the Islanders. 84 overall in the draft, medium franchise. Yeah, dude's a beast. I mean, we could have tried trading for that, but it wasn't on the block, and I feel like pick 3, whether it be Lambert or Savoy, is going to be an awesome pick. And Lambert does go to 81 high lead of the draft, so we could take the other Lambert, that's the EA one. Savoy should be high elite, like, unless I forgot to boost him, which I'm thinking I might have. We'll find out here. No, he is high elite. Okay, there we go. For some reason, though, he just didn't grow as much as Lambert. 79 high elite, though. I think that's a great pick at 3. Next pick here, guys, round number 2. I think we actually have a couple second-round picks. Sakara there might be medium elite. Let's see what we have guaranteed. This goalie medium elite, but 192. We can probably get him in like the 5th round or something. I see that this Sakara guy is Sky recommended. Hopefully it's at least like medium top 4D. Medium top 6. He is 62 overall, so it's not terrible. We actually have back-to-back picks. I didn't even realize that. Doug Holland here, 50-50 medium elite. We could trade out of this spot, but I'm willing to risk it. Come on. Medium top 6. He's 51, but it's not a bad pick in the 2nd round. In the 3rd round here, going to take this Kendall guy. He's on the same team as Sakara. 50-50 medium elite. Come on, let's find a gem. Medium top 9. 3rd round, early 3rd round. He's 60 overall, which isn't terrible. So pick 116. I'd probably take that goalie here just to be safe. There's really no reason to like get too greedy. Vierling though, low top 6. Maybe we do get greedy. Pick 116. Yeah, he's ranked 192, so we definitely can wait a bit, I think. Actually, you know what? Instead of taking Evan Vierling here, he's supposed to be low top 6, but I'm not sure if that's accurate. He's got the face. Ferrero here is guaranteed low top 6. He's a grinder. Maybe he could turn into like a third liner for us in the future. 56 overall, which is low, but he does have the low top 6. Next pick though, not till 206. We actually have to trade up here to get that goalie. So I'm offering the Islanders 2 7th round picks here for their 6th to get that goalie. Trades rejected. Felt like that offer was pretty good. We'll try 7th this year, 6th next year. So basically a free pick. And there we go, trades accepted. Also, if you guys are wondering, I'll actually show you Shane Wright's stats here. Kind of curious as well what he is. So max value, obviously, 84-18 out of the draft. I forgot too, they got Ratty out of the draft last year. 19 years old, 80 overall, high elite potential. So they get to build around 2 first overall picks and Wright and Ratty. Plus they have Barzal still. Definitely building something special. So Wright only had 83 points in 68 games, which is kind of surprising. Like his 15-year-old rookie year in real life. Yeah, right there, 60 points, 64 games, like he's unreal. Somehow did worse. Yeah, next year at 99, this year at 83, but still, stats there, 90 for hands. Oh my god. I knew Wright's fast. I think he might cut a little too fast. 96 speed in Excel, 95 at GLD. He's almost McDavid's speed. A really good shot there. Physical's not great, but he's 18 years old, so it's kind of realistic, all 75s. Defensive stats also could get a bit better, but he is ridiculous. I'll show you guys Savoy here as well. Pretty similar, honestly. Like, he's better skater than I thought. All 90s there. Hands 85. Shots basically mid-80s. So, 2 very good players for sure. So, their 6th round pick here, guys. Taking this Nichushkin goalie. Guaranteed medium elite. 57 overall, which isn't too high, but still, we'll take that potential. Also, too, want to see the rest of the first round. Fitzpatrick here created 81 medium elite. Jarmelson, 80 medium elite. And right there, you have EA's Lambert. So, ours is 1 overall higher and a bit higher potential. Tom's there, medium elite at 7. So, a good amount of elite players. I don't think as good as the 2020 draft class. Some medium top 6s, some medium top 4Ds. Alright guys, this is kind of insane. We're at the re-sign phase now with almost 41 million in cap space, which is ridiculous. And really no one huge to re-sign. Like our best player is Subban there. And he wants to come back, so I wouldn't mind him back like on a 1 year. Let's see if he wants 1 year. He wants to come back, so honestly he might take 5 million there for 1 year. And again, flip him at the deadline if we're not in the playoffs. After that, you got Ferk, who's actually up to 83, so he grew a bit. 3 years, 3.4. Let's do 2 years till you're 30. 3.25. I mean, he's got the cannon, which is great on the power play. Everyone else is pretty young or locked up. Like, honestly, we're going to be able to go and get the best free agent. Ernie here doesn't want to come back. He's an 81 now. 2 years at 1.4. I mean, he grew, but we really don't need him. We have a ton of depth coming up from the AHL. Rouse wants to come back. I mean, 950k. Honestly, worst case, I think he's like 4th liner. He's in the AHL, so it's actually a pretty good price for 79. Now, Savoy we're going to sign. I feel like maybe he's on the NHL team, maybe he's not, but I'll give him the contract either way. Kupara, I feel, is going to make the NHL team next year. Baptiste will just let go. Clegg could make the NHL. Decor, I'm not sure. 1 year, 750k. Let's do 2 years. Ryan Hunt was MVP of the AHL playoffs, so I feel like I gotta bring him back just for the AHL team. Anderson Dolan actually dropped to a 77. That kind of sucks. His role was 4th line, so I'm not sure why that happened, but he's still young, 22. He's still got medium top 6, so we can just get him going. We'll be fine. And then Prokhorkin here, also a 77 now, 20 years old. Just gonna let him go. Zot signed with the other team before. I'm kind of mad about that, so we'll release him. And looking at goaltenders here, guys, Binnington actually went up in rating, which is kind of surprising to me. Maybe because they knew he played in front of a bad team. Skarov there still an 85. Georgiev actually wants to come back. Again, I feel like he's a really good goalie. 2.2. He's like a high-end backup. And I think we're going to have to trade Binnington or Skarov. Probably a Skarov. This is surprising. You don't see this one too often. Ferk rejects our offer. Says he's not happy with where the team ended up in the standings. So we're going to have to give him a bit more money, which we have a ton. Wagner's coming back. Brass says no, too many players competing for ice time in his position, which is kind of accurate to be honest. Subban though comes back, which is awesome, 1 year, 5 million. Georgiev comes back, which is good. Clegg there signs, Luff, just a bunch of AHL guys try and go for back-to-back Calder Cups. Savoy there, of course, signed that contract. I'm going to try giving Ferk an extra 100k, not sure if that's going to make the difference. Jean-Luc Foudy also just accepted our deal, same with Carson Lambos. Brock Hamilton there I saw was like a 68, so he might make the AHL team. Ferk though rejected the extra 100k, so I think all we have left actually to re-sign is Ferk. Probably give him, I mean, definitely don't want to lose him, so 2 years, and I guess we have to give him an extra 250, 3.75. We have 35 million in cap space. It'll be okay. And there we go. Ferk does resign. And now one thing that kind of sucks, we somehow lost our HL assistant coach. I honestly have no idea what happened to him. He's just gone. The goalie coach, I re-signed, then realized he sucked. He had like C teaching, which is terrible for a goalie coach. His teaching is the only thing that matters. And now the associate coach, I've offered tons of money, like 150K over. He keeps saying no. So I think I'm going to fire the associate coach as well, which means we'll have the AHL head coach coming back, and that's it. So a whole new coaching staff for the AHL. NHL, right now you can see the stat count she's low, but we'll have to wait till we actually have the full team filled out. And so we're now through free agency period here, guys, with a ton of money to spend. I did notice that Johnny Gaudreau is probably going to be a free agent. He was on the block for Calgary. And I don't see him, so they must have re-signed him, but Philip Forsberg is there. Kubalik, 87 overall, wants $8.4 million. I mean, he was a Calder nominee. Zibanejad as well is kind of crazy to be there. 24 goals. Probably should have even better shooting than he does there. Gusev, Letty, Tatar, Butcher, Manson, Platt, Brodin. Okay, so I mean, some good players. The top two, obviously. I guess top three, Forsberg, Kubalik, Zibanejad. Take a look at goalies just out of curiosity. Shishirkin, 26.87. Why is he available? .904. Jeez, I don't know. 87 poise. Trade Binnington, sign him, honestly. Matt Murray, Blackwood, Sorokin's available too, so both, younger Russian goalies. Merzlikins here. And look at Kubalik's shot, guys, all in the 90s. I didn't realize his shot was that good in this game. Puck skills aren't that great. He's got 91 stick check, though. Decent speed. I think he's got 2 teams interested there at 8.4 mil. The Zibanejad there, you'd think would have to be a really good signing as well. Same with Philip Forsberg. I mean, just an elite player, 27.89. Basically replaces Taylor Hall for us. Now, Zibanejad's a center, and I feel like we're ready to go for our top two with Kopitar and Turcotte. Obviously, Savoy's coming up. Forsberg and Kubalik, though, could immediately jump into that top 6. I'm thinking short-term deals, though. Obviously, we're going to have a bunch of young players getting paid. I think it's better for us. Like 2 years for Forsberg, 10.5. Could have him this year, next year, could trade him or whatever. And Kubalik here, we're going to offer 8.75 for 2 years. Again, if no one else offers him as much money, he might take it. Also, guys, looking for good 2A players we can get for free. Really not much here, which is awesome, as it means teams are actually signing their guys. Bray here, 25.77, medium top 6. Could turn into like a low 80 for us, so definitely want to give him a contract. Hines here, 20.56, low top 6. Decent value, might be able to do something. Also notice Tamala here had a pretty good season in AHL last year, 55 points, 76 games, 24.76 medium top 9. We'll give him a contract offer. I was thinking about Tallulah as well, but even though he's got a decent rating, his hands, they're low 70s at 24. I feel like just not worth it. And there's actually a couple decent 2A goalies here. I was looking at Soderstrom, 25.76 medium starter. I mean, he might get up to like 79, but Joseph Wool here, 23.77, drafted by the Maple Leafs, medium fringe. No idea why he's available for free. I feel like he'd be a solid AHL starter. So right here, guys, making the Blue Jackets a giant trade-off for Zach Werenski, $6.4 million for 3 more years, 24 years old, 88 overall. Offer them Askarov, Taves, who kind of cap purposes, plus 82 making 4.4 is not great. Werenski kind of take his spot. Kaliev's not too bad. We have better prospects. He's 21.71, medium top 6. He had 78 points in juniors, though, and then a first-round pick there in 2024. Again, I want to hold on to the 2023 just in case. So the value's on our side. We'll see what Columbus says here. Trade rejected. And you know what, guys? Rather than trying to sign Shishirkin, I think I'll just keep Binnington. He's 87 overall, so the same rating. He's a couple years older, but I think the big thing with Binnington is his poise is one of the highest in the game at 95, which should be huge for the playoffs. So we'll put Askarov here on the block, see if we get any crazy offers. If not, you guys let me know what we should trade him for, say, start of next year, as I think Georgie will be the backup. Binnington will be the starter. I think Askarov he never sims well for me. So hopefully, though, those 2 fours made offers on signed, that'd be huge. Sod, 4th, a couple second-round picks. Really don't need Sod at all. Trade alert, Vegas gets a first-round pick, and Tampa Bay gets Jake McCabe. I feel like Vegas, honestly, Tampa Bay just throws around first-round picks. I feel like they never get value back. This Hines guy accepted our offer. I think he was 150 overall, low top 6. And Bray there accepts our offer. Joseph Wool accepts our offer, so hopefully he'll be the AHL starter. Tamala, still waiting to hear back from those 2 big guys. Kevin Hayes, oh, he's actually down in ratings, so it looks like Philly retained about $2 million. That's how that trade was able to go through. I was going to say, it made no sense at first. Kubalik's coming to LA. I think he signed for 2 years. Huge for us. Philip Forsberg as well. I mean, when you have $35 million in cap space, Forsberg had 88 points last year. Those are 2 huge signings. So after those 2 signings, we still have over $15 million in cap space, but I see that Turcotte, Cirelli, and Velarde all need new contracts next year. Velarde's probably going to want $4 million, so that's an extra 3. Cirelli's 6, that's an extra 2. Turcotte's going to want like 7 or 8, so that's an extra 7. At which point, we have a few million left. So maybe do like one other small signing, but I feel like the team's looking pretty good. And Montreal just made a huge trade, trading Tyler Toffoli to St. Louis with a 4th and a 6th for 2 first-round picks. That's nuts. And I just realized St. Louis just picked 2nd overall, so like that could be Connor Bedard they just traded away. Pittsburgh here offering us Zucker, 4th and a 6th. 1 year left for 2nd and 3rd Anderson. I think we have more than enough forwards right now, though. So we're now at the beginning of next season. As you can see here, our team status is now champion, so I feel like we're probably not going to be in the Connor Bedard sweepstakes. First line there, you got Forsberg, Turcotte, and Raymond, all getting a +1. We got Cirelli, Kopitar, and Kubalik on the 2nd. Rossi, Sundine, Velarde on the 3rd. 4th line is the only one not getting a boost. Ferk, Skupari, and Savoy. Now, Savoy's a 79. I'm thinking we're probably going to send him down to junior. I'm going to let you guys basically decide. I could obviously move him up in the lineup, but the top 9 getting pretty good chemistry there. I mean, if you look at the ratings, I feel like it makes more sense. Send him down 1 year for junior, then call him up next year. Have around at Calder. Defense here, you got Gustafsson and Hamilton still as the top pair. Hamilton down 89 is awesome for us. Bouchard, Tays is the 2nd pair, and then Hinola and Subban on the bottom pair actually get +3 as well. I'm thinking we could definitely trade Askarov for like a #1 D-man. Maybe trade Tays, 82, making 4.4. I feel like Gustafsson drops down to the 2nd pair, play that #1 guy, hopefully left-handed with Hamilton. Probably makes more sense. Now, Askarov is a 90 now, so he's going to have a ton of trade value. I feel like we trade him, maybe add a bit to it. We can get that #1 D-man. Bainton backing him up, I feel like should be good enough. AHL here, you can see Georgiev. Wool can be the AHL starter. Like, we don't need that many goalies. Defense here, not too bad. Chemistry is actually looking kind of terrible, and that's because we're down a defenseman. So good thing I caught that before the season started. We'll have to sign an AHL D-man. Forwards, though, don't look too bad, even though they're not getting any chemistry boost. So let me know, guys, Savoy, juniors, or keep on the NHL team as well. Do you like the idea of trading Askarov for #1 D-man? I'll let you guys kind of decide before I record the next episode. But that's it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave that thumbs up. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do that. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.